my name is Bo.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Hi, I'm Baraka.
Hi, I'm Jia.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
Hello, my name is Jay.
Hi, my name is Andy.
Hi, I'm Sunny.
Hi, I'm Yulia.
Hi, I'm Claire.
I have been drumming for 4 months.
I have been drumming for a year and a half.
I've been drumming for 3 months.
I've been drumming for 6 months.
I've been joining Tian-Jin Formation Drum for 3 years.
I've been drumming for 1 year now.
I've been drumming for 7 years.
I've been drumming for 3 months.
I've been drumming for 1 year.
I've been playing drum for 8 years.
Hi, I'm Daniel, and this is Formation Drums. So I started Tian-Jin Formation Drum back in 2011. It was the fall of 2011. We had just finished renovations at Tian-Jin Temple, our place of worship, and we are sponsored wholly by the temple. And our group is entirely made of volunteers, so nobody gets paid. All the revenue we bring goes back straight into the temple, and in turn, the temple provides us with equipment and a place to practice. So back in 2011, we started with just 5 volunteers, including myself. And first thing we did was start basic training, how to hold your sticks, how to strike the drum properly. And our first ever show was in April of 2012, and that was for the first annual Tian-Jin Cultural Festival. It's an annual festival that the temple holds to highlight not only Chinese culture, but also cultures from people that live in the neighborhood here in Burnaby. And it was around 5-minute show, so it's a pretty short show. We've practiced the piece for about 2 months before we started. In terms of our costume, it was really simple, just custom t-shirts with the core teachings of the temple written on them in a stylized calligraphy. And we've never performed together as a group before. It was 5 minutes, but everybody really seemed to enjoy it. So that was a good start. And soon enough, we started receiving more invitations from different groups around the Lower Mainland that invite us to perform at various venues. We've performed on street festivals, we've performed in theaters. So our performance costume is all made and designed in-house. Our very first costume, show costumes were just customized t-shirts written with calligraphy text on the body, featuring core values that the temple teaches. Then, as we had more and more shows, we started designing our own costumes. So the first set I have designed is a modular costume, and it's designed to be usable in different sort of situations. So it's 3 pieces. It starts with a robe, and we have an overlay armor, and we'll have more hard armor on top of that. So it depends on the size of the show and occasion that we have. We can lay it out in different patterns. And those worked for quite a while until they started showing their age, because we've been dragging them all over the Lower Mainland. And we started designing this new modern one. And we found fabric that kind of looks like chainmail. And that's kind of the idea we went with there. And it's got long flowy pants and really glittery, reflective fabric that kind of resembles armor. And I think it really conveys the old, ancient Chinese armor style, but in a modern cut. And of course, all of our costumes are made in-house with volunteers, and it takes quite a while to create as well. And it's all collaborative process, like our music. So all of our music are original compositions, and we go through a process of collaboration and group composition. So we start with a single rhythm, just this segment, 4 bars, 8 bars, and from there we start going to the whiteboard, start generating different rhythms, ideas. Everybody just write on the board, and afterwards, from that central original idea, we have dozens of phrases, musical phrases. And from there, we start piecing pieces together, chaining them together and modifying, and then we write it all together again and then we play it, see how it feels. A lot of times we have to go back and we have to edit. And going with the theme of never stopping, never stop improving, we constantly modify the music as well. So once a piece is performance ready, we will do a few shows with it, and after the shows, we'll kind of talk about how things can be better made, better designed, choreographed, and from there we introduce changes to the show. So even if you come back to watch our show after a while, you're going to find, hey, this piece of music sounds familiar, kind of like the last time you've seen it, but it's a little different. And I think that's a way for us to keep refreshing the stuff and continue to give our audience little surprises every time they come and watch our show. Back in about 2016, 2017, we started receiving a lot of invitations to join mobile performances on parades. 2 parades that we've joined multiple times are the Burnaby Heights Hats Off Day Parade and also the Vancouver Halloween Parade. And that presented a new challenge for our group because our drums are really difficult to move and play at the same time unless you have somebody else moving the drums. So what we've done originally for these parades is that we had a truck and we place drums on the truck bed and also the trailer that it tolls, and we start playing on the back of the truck and the trailers, and we have volunteers marching with us, saying hi. That didn't reach my vision of what we could do for mobile performances, parades. So we needed something different. And that's when I started a second branch in the formation drum. And we call it the 8 Generals. It's a performance from Taiwan. Has deep roots in the street performance and religious ceremonies, and quite literally translates. The original language is 八家将, and it literally translates into generals from 8 families. And what they are is, what this is a representation of a supernatural law enforcement. So what they do is they seek out evil spirits, and they capture and they administer punishment. And the great thing about this is, traditionally, it has always been a mobile performance, a bit of a parade type of performance. So I thought, hey, this is perfect. So I started doing research on performances and the makeup and the costumes. And one problem quickly arises is a lot of the props that is required for the show is not available in Vancouver. You can't go to a shop and say, hey, I'm looking for such and such I'm looking for a staff. And just no stores that sell. So once again, we had to ask for help from the temple's volunteers, and we started designing crowns and weapons and tools that were used in this parade for our use. And again, keeping with the theme of modernizing some of these performances, we went with more elaborate costumes than traditional. And our gold drumming costumes became a perfect fit for armor for these generals and make them look grand, and with the face paint and with the special crown that we use. And of course, all our props are created using household objects and paint and hot glue, a lot of hot glue. And the first time we ever went up on this performance, you can just see the audience, they were mystified. Seeing these painted faces, walking these strange steps, and it ended up way better than I ever thought. But along with that came with a different problem. We started getting requests and invitations to do the 8 general performances, but they are not in a mobile setting. Started to have more people that request us to do stage performances with them, and that presented with it's a brand new problem for us. So what we had to do is we had to redesign the performance from its traditional roots into a more stage-oriented roots. And a lot of people, when they watch the original show, come up to me and say, it's a beautiful show, but I'm not really sure what's happening. And that gets me thinking as well. I'm going to use this opportunity to really change the way Bajiajiang works. And I came up with this story, sort of an introduction to what they do, and it allowed me to use less people and to convey a story. So we've introduced a monster, and we're turning it into a stage show about how these generals vanquish evil spirits. And it was an absolute hit. I was quite surprised, but it works out. And that is one of the challenges in bringing traditional performances to a brand new location, a brand new culture, is having to explain what back home everybody knows. But when you bring it to a new location, a new area like Vancouver, a lot of people lack the understanding, and you come up with finding new ways, creative ways to share your culture with the locals. The biggest challenge over the years with running this group is manpower. What I've found, I've trained over probably 30 people how to drum over the years, and a lot of times, everyone's volunteer. Life priorities happen, so we lose a bunch of players to their work commitments, living commitments. We have international students who need to return home, And I find a lot of people too, they watch the shows and they get really enchanted with the show and they think, this looks really cool, this is something I want to do. But once they join a couple months, they realize this is a lot of hard work. It's actually not that simple. And they probably just envision coming in and immediately know how this works. So, the biggest challenge is definitely manpower. And I remember just even a year and a half, 2 years back, I had so little players. It was, including me, we had 3 people. And we still had all these shows that's booking us. So, it's like, oh man, what do I do? I only have 3 people and I have a large scale show at Swangar Stadium. What do I do? So I phoned up a friend. And what he does is he runs a few rock bands in the greater Vancouver area. He helps train these musicians for rock bands and pop bands. And I borrowed drummers from his group just to come in. We do quick training sessions, play somewhat fillable parts, and we did all these shows. And that went on for almost a whole year. And in the recent years, we've been quite fortunate, and we have a bunch of really dedicated group that's joined us, and we've played multiple shows, quick learners, and I'm hoping that this is the end of our manpower problem, and hopefully we can bring more newer, younger people into our group.
I really enjoy the time when I'm drumming. Every time I drum, I feel like all my pain and pressure get released through beating the drum, and I feel happier and healthier than before because the rhythm and the beats of drum is so beautiful and harmonious, and I feel connected with nature. And I love drumming. Hope I can drum well in the future.
It's really fun and a great exercise. And it improves my reflex time, especially when I day trading stocks.
It is my honor to join our Tian-Jin Formation drum team. For myself, I'm a music lover, so I'm always interested in different kind of music instrument. I feel like the Tian-Jin Formation drum is amazing. For me, like it is not only the music, for me it's kind of art, because like it combines lots of cultural elements together, such as the costume, the facial makeup, and so on. Like I feel it is very attractive for me because, like, especially when I watch our teammates for the performance, I couldn't even move my eyes. Like I believe it is going to be a fantastic journey for me. That's all.
It's a very good opportunity. I really like playing with the team and performing with the team.
The first time I met the guys playing drums, 1 year ago during Taiwanese festival, they were playing on the street, and I was so impressed by their energy that I remember I made a wish that one day I will be able to play with them. And I didn't realize that this can come true this fast. 6 months after I joined, I was already performing with them together. It was a lot of fun. And for me, joining this group, it's not just learning drums, it's joining the big family with their own culture and traditions, and I enjoy this so much. I learned a lot from them and have fun.
To me, Tian-Jin Formation Drum is more than just a performance group. It's more. It's also an attitude and a way of life. It's continuous innovation, and I hope that we'll continuously get more and more members to join us, and to continue the legacy and the culture that we are sharing with everyone here, because it's definitely a legacy that's worth passing down.